Hello, hello, if anybody can hear me, probably not. But if you can, welcome on board the Versus. We've got Pillion on board today, got Mrs. Mini Motobeic on the back. Heading out into the mountains, see what we can see. Just a quick outing really, but there we go. Got all the clothing linings and all that wintry stuff on. I've even got the handlebar heaters on a low setting this morning. A little bit chilly, about 12 degrees Celsius. I'll soon get hardened to it though. There we go, the usual panic to get in. Wet all day. Been very wet yesterday. We had about 4 inches of rain yesterday at least, and plenty of standing water on the road this morning. So look out for those, and we run into them. So being behind some cars to give you early warning is a perfectly acceptable solution. Only very light rain at the moment, but it's the mountains obviously. Drier on this side. Make our way up the Telford embankment here. Yep. So now we're making our way onto the dry side of the mountains today. On the lee side, the wind's coming in from the north. The weather's significantly better and drier on this side, so that should continue, although we're not going very much further, just a couple carries a day. lots of people out with bikes. There's I think there's an Anglesey race today actually. Some other way of bringing in money. Oh, somebody fishing. Salmon probably. Trevannon. They're not going looking very nice today. A little bit Arctic blue today. Make progress until when it's safe. Another candidate looking for somewhere to park, no doubt. Look at this glorious sunshine. There we are, doing the selfies. Rescue today. They'll be getting pretty busy now, I think. There they are, the Royal Air Force Mountain Rescue out already. Probably on training. The sandstone slabs shining there. There's actually traces of fossilised beach on those slabs. Quite tricky to get to. But, several outcrops of fossilised beach in Fairlie. Most of them are essentially unknown apart from the Atlantic slab. And I won't be telling you where they are because we can well do without people scratching their names in them and all that kind of rubbish. So our destination is just at the end of this valley, Capel Cirrig. We can have a little walk around. We might go on to there's a Coed, possibly for a coffee or something later. See how it goes. It's just a nice autumn day, really. Late summer. The trees are still very green. And we're just coming downhill into our destination now. It's a little bit wet on this side, so see how it develops down the hill here. It can be very wet at the bottom of this hill, so take it easy. Oh, there's been plenty of rain to wash away all the pollutants in the past few days, so I'm not too worried about that today. Here we are. Royal Shabod, basking in the morning sunshine. Pretty chilly up there today though. 10 down here. It's probably around about 3, something like that. Wind chill, even less. Here we go. The Withva ahead of us. It's touching the clouds this morning. It's got a big high pressure building from the west, so we're going to get quite a nice week this week, I think, which will be a nice respite from all the rain. Still staying a bit windy though. I'm sure I'll get out in the mountains. I'm sure I will. As for a walk, that is. go, the outdoor centre, Class of Brennan. See if I can find somewhere fairly level to stop here. Hang on. Okay. Yep. Goes the pillion passenger. That's alright here, isn't it? Look behind. There we got one of those what are they, Yamaha trikes behind us with one light working only already. Yeah, they're pretty good, those. No license necessary. Good way to get people on something that looks like a motorbike. Might be encouraged to get on a real one. Oh, it's pretty warm now. It's sweating my guts out in the cafe, even without the coat on. That's the trouble at this time of year. It's too cold early in the morning when the sun goes in, but it's still pretty warm in the middle of the daytime. It's at Canucks tomorrow at 7:20 in the afternoon, on the evening. So it's all downhill. You're wondering how these tyres are doing. They're doing very well actually. It is noticeably smoother going around the corners, not dramatically so, not £338 so, but you know, you have to change them at some point, so yeah, it certainly gives you confidence when it's wet. So I just have to make sure I've got a nice tyres fund building up through the year. glorious day today, really nice. Lots of people out. It's gone a bit quiet just for the moment. It's kind of lunchtime, that's why. 20 past 12. Press on towards Betws-y-Coed. I'm going to go towards Tanagrishay. Have a little stop there maybe. And then come home via Porthmadog. Proper day out. Don't have them very often. Wife doesn't come with me very often. But, really enjoys it. Likes the views. Who can blame her? A lot better than having a glass roofed car, isn't it? A little bit wet along here. Into the corner. Used to the brakes. Make a bit more use of the rear brake when I got the pillion on, especially if having to make a more sudden braking manoeuvre, because the forks will dive excessively. That's okay, but when they rebound and throw you off balance. There we go. Everybody's out today in big groups. Not my cup of tea, but there we go. Well, then again, to be honest, there's not that many people around in my area with bikes that would form a group, particularly. So if you're not out on a day like this, well, you're not going to be out at all. Let's face it. Pumping up the mileage this coming week, I should imagine. Although I'll have to take the kids' car out because it's been sitting in the rain for a few days, so give that a bit of a dry out and an exercise. I'll take the bike out a little bit later in the week, probably. There we go. So this kind of situation, a bit of back brake, stops excessive diving with those front forks. Yeah, pretty wet along this road. Just come off from Betws-y-Coed. It's raining heavily overnight, so it will have rained most heavily in these parts. So Avon Conway's in a pretty good spate. Look at that. Yeah, lots and lots and lots of water. So I don't think we'll have any problems leading up to Belaina Festiniog. So keep in mind that there could be water. Here we go, heading south, chasing the summer as the sun crosses south of the celestial equator in just over 24 hours time. But if you're watching here in the southern hemisphere, of course, that's good news. Happy spring to you. So slow down quite dramatically for this little turn here. Actually, the next thing that we'll have to keep in mind in these parts is leaf fall. They'll be coming down soon, adding to our road condition woes. At the moment it's perfectly fine. I'll keep the camera rolling for this one because it's quite a pleasant little spin. I'm sure many of you will have done it. Pretty busy with bikes in the summer. Interesting skid on the road there. So from now on, the thing to look out for is errant sheep, of course. You never know when you might see those, and there's quite deep shadow at the moment, so you never know when they're hiding, or when or where they're hiding. Yeah, cornering very well now. These new tyres. A lot more confidence because there's just no real hint of any sort of lip. Coming into Dolwyddelan, the river's pretty high. You'll see if there's any flooding. They can get flooding here, but I don't think it's been so bad. A guy in the cafe who lived in within the Conwy Valley was saying that it's been not too bad, not much flooding. I think thankfully it's going to be dry for the next week, so it'll give it a chance for the water to drain away. Yeah, no real flooding. It's pretty close to the edge though. A couple of feet maybe. Oh, what a nice day to be out, honestly. I hope you're getting out wherever you are. I think the weather's pretty good pretty much everywhere today. Respect the village, down to 30. If you ever want to walk, a nice walk, which is very little noticed, is up in that gap there, Cwm Penanmen. I suppose you could say it's a little bit desolate. It used to be forested. Oh yeah, the river's not too bad at all today. Yeah, so that's a nice walk from Dolwyddelan. You can plenty of places to park really, so long as you don't come in your droves, obviously. Very quiet little village. So we'll make our way up the Crimea Pass, Bwlch-y-Gorddinan in Welsh. And it'll represent no problem at all, of course, for the old Kawasaki. Here we go, 30. Give my chin a bit of a tickle with the microphone. Dolwyddelan Castle basking in the sunshine today. There he goes. Sadly you still can't visit it because yes, we have to do this for the camera apparently, don't know why. So yeah, we can't visit it because they haven't got a warden for it. That's been the state for a while. unfortunate really. Lovely views up there. Fingers on the brakes around the corner. No problem. Lovely. Very easy to become a bit blasé on a day like this. Remember to focus. So here we go. Around the corner, down the dip and then up. I shall be at the top of the Crimea before you can shake a Kawasaki stick at it. You do get some headbangers along here, actually, quite often on motorbikes. Quite often get them piling up when you're around this corner. You know, I'm doing 52, so there's not a lot of latitude for extra speed, really. So here we go. Crimea Pass. Barely touching the throttle really. Coming on a little bit now, just to maintain 60. Check behind, 2 into 1. And there we are, look at that. Glorious. Who's this in a hurry? Delivery lorry Karazda. Sure he's not breaking the speed limit at all, it's just it's incongruous sort of Asda lorry on the Crimea Pass for some reason. Central Ferrari, looking very fine today. A lot of the walks we do not really advisable today after heavy rain. This one in particular has got a very nice flat road along it. You can just see on my right here, but very, very wet for the most part. So wait a few days, it'll be fine, or at least better. There we are. Crimea Pass as though it doesn't exist. Absolutely not the case if you're in a car. Throttle down, just go up and over. Oakley Quarry, looking very sun blessed today. And Comewerdon up there. The railway tunnel vent and spoil from when they dug it a long time ago. The Conde Valley main line, branch line I should say I suppose, but it is a main gauge railway. Terminates in Blaenau-Ffestiniog, used to go on to Trawsfynydd, which you can see the lake of under nuclear power station in the distance. Glorious. It's that kind of day where you can just carry on forever today really. Anyway, here we are. Minden i Blaenau-Ffestiniog. House for sale there. It's quite a nice house there actually. Opposite the rugby club if you like rugby. Quite an active rugby club in Blaenau. Quite sure what that's supposed to be really, that sculpture, but there we are. Art in it, bruv. A lot of Blaenau, especially this bit here, is a planned town. A obviously for when the mining activity took off in spectacular fashion in the sort of mid 19th century, early and mid 19th century. Yep. And nice place. I always like playing the Fistiniak. Home from home, really. And Whirlwind Mountains looking lovely today again. Quite a lot of water coming down the streams up there. They've got a nice new playground for the kiddies up here in Tanagrisha. Recently opened. I think it's just ahead of us there, where you can see the green polytunnel type thing. It's quite nice, that. I think that. I'm quite sure if that's allotments, but they have got a playground here somewhere. I'll have a look at that later. Nice to see some investment in the youth, which are far too ignored. Yeah. Yeah. Well, if you're looking for somewhere to have a cup of coffee, you got another one up here. We're not today. Only about half an hour down the road from when we had one, but yeah, particularly nice place to have a coffee here, and quite popular with the bikers as well. Just coming up on our right in a few seconds. Tanagrisha station, and also where you go below experiences, to start a go below experience anyway. There's more happy customers. Quite sure what this thing is with noise. Oh, lots and lots and lots of bags. Lots of bikes to look at. Here we go. We shall stop here in my traditional parking space. Quick look at the bikes. Sporty bikes. All sorts of bikes. Bikes with a rosette. Really nice tours. All sporting a little bit of mud today. Oh, spray anyway. Yeah, nice. That's good to see. Motobeic. This is very nice. V engine. There we are. Tanagrisha. Glorious. Right, there's a little bit of train action. Clean the lens quickly. That didn't really help, did it? Train action. We'll get the crossing alarms in a minute. Shame the sun's gone in. pretty extensive flooding down in the estuary here in Porthmadog. I'll see it in a minute once we cross the Cobb. I'll catch some more train activity down the bottom here. That's Gilvach there. There we go, the train steaming up there. Nothing exciting though. Yeah. Look at that. Wow. It's like the seas come in. It's amazing. I've definitely not seen it like that in a very, very long time. It should essentially be not quite dry, but a bit of a sort of salt marshy type environment. Today it's underwater. Amazing. Glorious view, probably one of the best views of the mountains to be found anywhere from a road, this one. It really is. So here we are in Port, as it's locally known, Porthmadog. Let's have a little stop and maybe a little ice cream, maybe. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, so there we go, we've climbed out Porthmadog. We didn't stop in the end, couldn't be bothered to get home really for now. And got the Creve Nantlle, Nantlle Ridge, Moyle Hebog and so on. So we're reaching the end of the video really. Hope you've enjoyed the scenery. We certainly have today, that's for sure. Very nice. Very nice respite after yesterday's dismal weather. Of course, down that valley is where I've been doing the work on the copper mine. I'm sure I'll be up there again. I'm not sure if I've got much work to do now, but a nice place to go for a walk anyway. So there we are, so thanks for joining in. We've got a bit of a string of traffic now, so it'll get a bit boring for a while. Like and subscribe if you can. Ride safe, and hope the weather's good for you for this week, so you get out and do some riding. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.